Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence, but the silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom! In the classroom! Use it!
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please hurry! Okay, you two, stand back! I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All I took was one solid hit. Crash. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck out my head throughout, and now opened the window and started jolting the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed it with all my strength and finally knob turned. Sakura! I ran out as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her, dead. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only last lingering warmth of a living body. Life was abandoned in Sakura's body, and then...
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Yada yada. All-star apologies. Danganronpa. I've never heard that, Danganronpa. Huh?
Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes started steading towards. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wonder if she was confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking her pulse or reaction. I have to get them! I have to get the others! On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room, and I... Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. What? Ogre?
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're gonna say?
Huh?
No! Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
Your fault.
It was one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, one of you killed Sakura. What? You're accusing us before we even begun the investigation. I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level could increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the Monokuma file!
That's right. It's the next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin the little face of yours. Now then, with that Hold on. There's something I want to ask you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura?
Say what?
Huh? Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you had fought her again and then...
In other words,
Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. The whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting a chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with that little fight. Cause even for someone like me, it would have been no mere feat to take down a behemoth like that.
hey,
I gotta tell you, I was pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
So, I don't know who it was, but whoever the blanket is this time, I owe you one!
What is this?
You owe them one? Oopsie! Before you get all busybody with me, you better figure out who did it first! Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owns them one? I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, for one, I'm glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time to be squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway.
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If you can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina's guard number 1. But we need more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side, but this time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Kyoko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault.
One of you killed Sakura. I won't let anyone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anyone near her. Even if it means I have to use force. You're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask to let all of us in, just let me. What? Don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyways.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyways.
And do you, Hiro? Do you have any object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided. Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to this request. But
Hey,
we should find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those who are still alive, and honor Sakura's memories. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, we would want to touch this filthy dead body.
Listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on investigating from here on out. Everyone keep that in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to do it. Alright. Let's investigate. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim is Sakura Okami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room in the 3rd floor in the school. There is discovery of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems to be at some point that the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Monokuma File 4 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
I think it's the case. Time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way to get into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut to the chair from the inside of the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So, if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there was like zero escape, right?
In other words,
it's a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you could see that kind of thing in a lot of mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down the kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is a locked room is created after an actual crime is committed. This simply means the killer commits a crime and then through special method seals the room. This mainly involves some kind of trick involving the locking of the room. The basic approach includes using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variants. So, for that, we'll have to do and check the door to see if there's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh,
In other words,
basically the killer uses a special contraption or tool when the outsider targets victim inside. You push the switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot from an arrow that gasps the door or something like that.
however,
But in that case, that doesn't seem to fit. There's no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we could probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is the killer stays in the room until it opens up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden when the door opens, and they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend to show up along with everyone else, and that's that. Sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth, final type, when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
In
room?
other words,
By that I mean there was actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. As you see, a lot of novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. When you think we can cross that one off too.
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So, when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So, there are 4 possibilities, and Kyoko, which of the 4 choices seems to be the most likely in this
It's
case?
true.
That's a good question. Answering that would be our primary focus during the trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. That's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can for Sakura, if nothing else. What about this? There's a locker open, and there on the inside is a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched it in the inside of the locker and left the handprint in all the dust.
True.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone's hiding there in the lockers and they left behind a little something extra. So then, the killer hid in here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during the confusion they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that is not possible. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back, before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Yeah, the locker room was already open. Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone would have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yes, so then what does that handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Why is there blood over there? Looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Yeah, man, I gave that to her. It's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So I gave her a candy to Sakura. I found a big box in the hardware warehouse, so I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure no one else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
I mean,
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to at least try one for herself, that's why I gave one to her. But now they're lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. It's been added to the truth bullet section in the handbook. Oh, that's a big wrapper. There's shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red and these are top and bottom sections of the bottle, right? So there must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor have been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. There's something else on the ground near the glass. A figure. It fits in the palm of the hand. It's a Monokuma finger. Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. There are 4 red balls lined up on the shelf. Inside each ball, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. And I'm wondering if they all got those figures inside the bottles.
So...
There's no difference from the standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? I've never seen that. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So, this is Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Feels like I'm finally starting to make sense of the thing little by little. Yes. So am I. The Monokuma's sitting on the shelf. And the Monokuma figure we found on the ground. And the shards of glass is probably started out as a bottle. Which means Sakura must have been hit in the head with Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. I don't think it was Sakura that got hit. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? The magazine shelf bloodstain was added to the truth bullet section in the handbook. Oh. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around the entrance of the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And mentioned more than once how protein it was good at all sorts of elements. It wouldn't take that much heart if I were you. I know. But still, the protein can got a label of Chemical A2. It reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is it? You see the shattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to get in. It must be part of the window we broke to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter? I can't say for sure yet. That's probably going to want to take a note of that. I feel like it's going to become an important clue later on. An important clue. I'm not sure I see how. Okay, so let's get the wreck. Oh yeah, I haven't investigated Sakura at all. Sakura drew her last breath, signaling towards them. It's obvious evidence since blow to head Sakura suffered. Normally it wouldn't have been a problem believing that what killed her, but according to Monokuma file, it also vomited blood. I can see a trace of blood from her lips for sure, so what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically says she hadn't suffered any other injury. Status of Sakura's body have been added to the truth bullet section in the handbook. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. No, not a chance. Yakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes may have landed the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But what does it make me wonder? The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to how she died. I already got it. 1 point spoilers and 1 point I figured it out. So Sakura drank poison. Hina got scared she was gonna die. Sakura hit her with the bottle and locked her inside the locker. And she was starting to pass out, and she was trying to get out the locker until she passed out because she got hit in the head. She started vomiting blood by the Monokuma stand, and then she sat down and waited for her death. Hina escaped to go warn people, but by the time she warned people, Sakura put a canister up to lock the door, or obstruct the door from being opened, and Hina would be safe. And Sakura died peacefully. And that is my conclusion. Alright, what else do I have to find here? Oh yeah, this. Okay, that's nothing.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Yep. Okay, we already said this. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. And when I saw her again, after that, she told me that she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room at noon. By noon, the Monokuma said she died, right? After then, I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. And she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I hadn't stopped her by force, even this wouldn't have happened. Hina. It's impossible to have regrets now. Alright. Who else do I have to talk to? Okay.